What's up, rock fans? How's everybody tonight? Just thought I'd give you guys a quick update on. It's been a while since I've done an update as far as the channel and what I've been up to. So I thought I'd give you guys a little update and tell you what I've been going, just in general as far as the channel. I know there was a little lag part there. I had some vacation time where I went to Italy. That was awesome. So if you ever get a chance to go to Italy, definitely check it out because you're just going to walk around and go, wow, oh shit, wow, that's there. Holy crap. That's pretty amazing. Anyway, enough about Italy. So obviously, those of you guys who follow me or subscribe to my channel have noticed that I did put up a post today about doing a video about Geezer Butler. Yeah, definitely working on that. I started, thinking about that early on about, I'd say once, the Black Sabbath into the back to the beginning, concert was going to happen where, Black Sabbath was going to do stuff and Ozzy. So I thought to myself, let's do a retrospective of the band Black Sabbath in general and talking about them and, their impact on music, and then dividing it up into each band member. I thought I'd start with Geezer. Geezer wrote a lot of those songs and created a lot of that music with Black Sabbath in the beginning. One of the best bass players, I think, in rock music. Truly underrated as far as his bass work and his, lyrical composition. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's what I'm saying. Anyway, I think, and then I'm going to move to Bill Ward and then to Tony and then Ozzy. Obviously we've lost Ozzy, which is super sad. It breaks our heart that, I feel fortunate that, I got to live in the time that, Ozzy was with us and enjoy his unique character. And I think we were all blessed with having Ozzy in our world. I remember as a kid, him being the pariah, and then obviously, the Osbournes came out, which turned him into, I think, the local family dad, and it just proved that he was just like a real guy, and trying to make the world, and he left an indelible mark on us. I don't want to go on too much about what Ozzy, probably meant to all of us in the world of rock music, and he's going to live forever. My condolences to Sharon and the family. Not only did we lose a great performer and a great artist, Sharon lost a husband and those kids lost a dad. So that's huge. Anyway, back to what I've been up to on this channel. Obviously, you guys probably seen some different things that I've been up to and doing stuff, and I'm trying to figure out what you guys like. I found that every social media is different. Things that do better on YouTube may not do so well on TikTok, so I'm still trying to figure that out. I've kind of gone into getting better at editing. That's all I can say. I've used some stuff and started really working on that. So that's what's kind of really taken the Geezer Butler story so long, is that, I'm learning editing, and producing and editing is the real trick. That's truly the trick inside of making a halfway decent video. Do I think my videos are fucking great? Absolutely not. I think they're just, sometimes I'm like, I could do better. But I've tried some stuff. So, if I've done, This Day in Rock, obviously, which, really pushed into like a lot of the things that I've done probably through the summer was This Day in Rock and some tribute stuff. I guess what I'm asking you guys is like, what would you rather see? What makes you more interested? You like This Day in Rock? I can continue to those because those are pretty easy to put out. They're only a couple, 30, maybe 40 seconds sometime. Or do you like the 2-minute videos that I do on shorts where it maybe talks about a band that you never heard of, and or the longer form videos where maybe go in depth a little longer with a band and talk about maybe their I guess what am I trying to say here? Their relevance in music, That's what I'm looking for, the word relevance, I guess. Trying not to put a label on that so YouTube doesn't strike me. Hopefully this music isn't too loud, because sometimes it can, like YouTube can screw you, or TikTok. Like I said, social media is a crazy thing, and what one person thinks is a copyright strike, the other person doesn't give a shit about. So anyway, so you guys need to tell me what you like, what do you like what I'm doing? I've done a couple, AI videos where, I use some AI, I think I used CapCut, I made some AI videos about my journey to music and, my love of music and things like that, and which I like to think that I have a pretty good, well, I love music, and I think music is the great uniter in the world, even to the point where, like, even if you don't agree with somebody and you like the same song, well, we kind of come together and think, well, maybe this guy isn't so bad. That's all I'm saying. But definitely interested in trying to do more. I'm hoping to get maybe some comments back from you guys of what you like to see more of. Do you like the little This Day in Rock? Or do you like the 2 minute, 3 minute videos that I do about a certain band? Or you like the longer form bands that dwell deeper inside the artist itself? I like doing different things. I think music is great. Obviously I've done things about producers, because I think producers, the people don't realize that, music producers do so much for music and really, put their soul into it for the love of it. I think that's what a real producer does. I mean, you have guys like Eddie Kramer and Rick Rubin and Brian Eno and, I don't know, Desmond Child, and you just keep going down the list, Bob Rock, these guys, believe in what they're doing and want to put out a quality product. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give you guys something that, might be interesting, that you might enjoy. So just let me know what you guys are really interested in and what you like the best. Obviously, I am not a old British guy, nor am I a guy from California. Again, as I've always said, I've used AI tools to, write scripts and put things together for you guys to enjoy. I am a one-man band playing everything: the guitar, the drums, the organ, the cymbals. Your knees get tired after a while when you're banging those cymbals. But definitely trying to make things better, getting back on track. Like I said, I had some things going on, vacations and some life issues, but it's all good, and we're gonna keep making this content and see where it goes. I'm hoping you guys enjoy and keep, responding. Don't forget, here's the shameless plug: like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you like. What do you want to see? What's going to make this channel better? So just let me know. Thanks for listening. Peace.